going on, everyone? It's your boy Pup. We are back for the quarterfinals of the VDL. We're playing up against Stall, who's the person who destroyed me earlier this season. The only loss that was actually a real loss. They have Terra Dragon, Slitherwing, all the other Pokemon are normal. Expected basically this entire team. Wasn't 100% sure if they would bring the Quagsire, but we do see it this time, which is not a big deal. I do have prep for it. I hate their Terra Dragon Slitherwing though, because it kind of walls my Palafin, or is at least just very annoying into it. A Pokemon I see being really good in this game is Petron, and I think it's a great lead here. It's just a free Malignant Chain or Hex off the bat. If they're Metagross, I do have to worry about them being like Rock Polish Meteor or Rock Polish Weakness Policy. I'm kind of wishing that I was Shadow Ball, because if I was Shadow Ball, then I'd be able to 2-hit KO them, even if they had like a lot of HP investment. Whereas with Hex, it's just like a 50-50 to 2-hit KO. But I think this is okay. I think if we see Sneasler as like a Scarf Pokemon, then I probably will just Hex, predicting them to swap out into Metagross. See Metagross, I just attack. I always live, even like Choice Banded Psychic Fang. So yeah, we are just gonna go for it, man. We'll see what happens here. Good luck to Stall, but I hope I'm able to beat them in this one because I really want to move on. Alright, we see Sloth come out, which is this guy. That's beautiful. Rillaboom. I mean, this guy could be like Choice Banded Knock and be annoying for me. The Malignant Chain is super free from my side, and they have to be worried about me being speedy. So I think I will Hex because I really think Metagross wants to come in on this turn. I could also double, but I think U-turn is also like a solid option from them, so I'm just going to Hex. They do hard withdraw. I think we're going to see Metagross. Armstrong. That sounds like Metagross. Yep, okay. That's nice. We get to see how much damage it's going to do. We are not doing near 50%, and they're not Weakness Policy. So it looks like they are probably banded. In grassy terrain, it looks like I'm a guaranteed 3-hit KO, so I'm just going to Hex you again, because this Pokemon's a huge threat to my squad. Really wishing I was Shadow Ball here. You can swap out here if you would like. You might not think that I want to take this, but I'm Pyapa Berry, so I always take Choice Banded. And with the terrain, there's no way they're going to be EQ. We are faster. I'm always faster than Adamant. As we get a big hit off there, they're going to Psychic Fang, so we are going to pop the berry. We take absolutely nothing. Is that even, like, banded? They did 130. That did nothing. I guess I am physically defensive. That is banded. So Hex is a KO on this turn, into this Pokemon at least. They might want to swap and preserve. I'm just going to Hex. I could Malignant Chain, which would be very aggressive. But I think this makes the most sense for me. I'm really solid into anything they want to go out to, and then this like kind of invites in the Spectrier. So if they want to play it like that, totally fine with me. Big worry with Spectrier for me is like Calm Mind. If I go Terapagos, like a Spectrier, I potentially... Well, I have Roar. Never mind. I kind of forgot I was Roar on this variant. Because we are just Fizz-Def. We are not Spidef on my Terapagos. But we have Roar. So I can always hard swap out to it. If they want to plot, if they want to do anything, I just Roar. I learned from last time, guys. As they do withdraw, that's fine. We might also see... so Sneasler or Quagsire, or what I'm expecting. This looks like Quag. Yeah. Wishing I was Toxic here. Ooh, that's solid damage. That is solid damage for sure. Did like 25-ish with Hex. Looks very physically defensive to me. I'd love to get damage on this for Gouging Fire. I could Parting Shot here. I could also Malignant Chain. I can Hex again if I want. They can freely get up their hazards if they'd like. I think I'm just going to Parting Shot. And I will potentially just go out to Articuno, because Freeze Dry is very free. I think Freeze Dry is just killer versus them. I think that makes the most sense for me. They could also, they could hit me here. They could also set up their stealth, set up stealth rocks, click earth power. Those are what I'm expecting. Maybe spikes as well. So make the Articuno play. It could also be something like toxic. No, okay. So they get the rocks up. It's a pretty free attack for me here. I mean, freeze dry is just an easy Oko, right? And they don't switch in too well. I think Metagross dies to 2. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be a little bit aggressive and click U-turn on this turn. Yeah, they're just going to withdraw it. So I get aggressive with it. I think Metagross comes out here. Yep, Metagross does indeed come out. And this gives me just like a switch back out to Pecharunt. If you want a Banded Bullet Punch versus me, that's okay. It is going to be hard for me to spin, but they're not Terra Ghost on their Slitherwing, which is nice. I could also go out to Palafin potentially here. I'm curious, like, if we go Palafin on Metagross, Choice Banded, Max HP. A flip turn, I don't know if I always knock them out with that, unfortunately. Like, I do always outrun them. It could be really nice to get my Palafin activated early here. I'm going to do it. It's a little bit risky. It is a little bit risky with the HP that they're at. Yeah, they might be able to live this. It looks like it's a roll. It definitely looks like it's a roll. I'm just going to flip here. They probably just Psychic Fangs. They're going to withdraw. That's beautiful for me. I don't have to risk the roll or anything. If it's Quagsire here, that's cool. It's Sloth, which is the Rillaboom. That's fine. I definitely do not mind that. And I think I'm just going to go Pecharunt. You know, honestly, I could also go Terapagos and just throw off a Rapid Spin, as they are Rocky Helmets on that guy. That's fine. We get myself activated. I also could very freely go out to Hawlucha, which kind of claims on with Terra Flying Brave Bird. It is very free. It's that. I could go Articuno. I can go Terapagos and spin. What is the play here? All these are good options. I just have to think. Like, Rapid Spin's annoying because of their Rocky Helmet. I guess I could Toxic, but I'm a little bit worried about the Metagross. Is my Terapagos faster than a Metagross? I think they're max HP, so I think I would be. And then I would be able to Earth Power them. I think it's just going to be Terap. We're going to go Pagos. And if you want to knock me off or do anything like that, I just get the spin off early. Because it's very annoying for my team. I could also Toxic here if I think this is going to be a problem, but I'm just going to spin. I'm just going to spin here. If they want to go Spectrier, I will throw off a Toxic. And then I will Roar. So even if they sub, that's not a big deal. They're just going to U-turn and break it. Which is a little bit annoying for sure. But it means even... Well, I think I should always get it back up to full here. From the grassy terrain, which will be nice. Yeah, glad they didn't knock. We know they're max speed. So they go out to Gluttony, which is the Quag. That's fine. I'm just going to Toxic this Pokemon. They may want to Toxic me as well. But making sure this Pokemon is not a threat to me will be nice. And the Pagos is not really that necessary in this game. Yeah, I will just Toxic. We're probably throwing off trading Toxics here. We do land ours. Beautiful. Maybe they'll miss theirs. That would be nice. Give me a little bit of luck back for the terrible rolls last time. Nice! Let's go! That is what I love to see. That's really nice for me. Getting the Toxic on this guy. I'm thinking about just staying in and taking my damage on this guy. I think there's a solid chance that they might want to swap out here. Or click anything but the Toxic. I think like an Earth Power or something makes sense from their side. So I'm just going to Earth Power myself. I'm going to try to take advantage of them here. We do just get an Earth Power off. Not going to do... I mean, that's actually very respectable damage, as they do get their Toxic. I thought they would predict the very obvious swap out into my Petrun. But Pagos being Toxic, not a big deal for me. Just annoying, like, with the spinning stuff, really. I guess they could have thought that Articuno was coming out there. And Articuno is really good. I just need the Metagross dead. I really just need the Metagross dead. I am going to make the Petrun play on this turn because it gives me a free Hex on the following turn. It gives me just a free Hex, and they can't, like, really make great plays around it. Yeah, they recover. That's fine. That covered for Stealth Rocks, that covered for doubling the Metagross, that covered for everything, really. We get some HP back as well. They're going to be racking up the damage. I mean, the Hex is so free. I kind of like the Malignant Chain play in case they want to go out to Slitherwing here. But odds are, I think it's a lot more likely that they stay in or they go out to Sneasler. So I'm just going to get damage with Hex. The Hex will do a ton here. It should do like 70% maybe. Because they are physically defensive like we saw. It's not going to do 70%. It's going to do like 50%. But then with the Toxic damage, it might even KO the next turn. And this Petrun's just a huge threat for their team. They're going to withdraw. If this is Slitherwing, that's okay. I will just Malignant it. But yeah, it is Sneasler, so I made the right play there. And this Pokemon's a threat, right? They're going to take actually a solid chunk there, a solid 25. Sneasler. If they're like a Choice Banded Throat Chop, it actually does nothing here. They could be Clear Amulet. They could very well be. And that's a threat. It is, but I have Palafin Jet Punch. I think I'll be okay to just Parting Shot out here, so I will. We are going to see them SD. So this is where it could get scary. Alright? If they are the Clear Amulet, which it does not seem like they are. So they're just going to be +1. Honestly, I think I can go Gouging and very freely eat up anything they want to go for. I also can go Articuno or Lucha. Lucha's Choice Scarf, right? I mean, both of those Pokemon are very free here. I quite like the Hawlucha coming in. Because they didn't pop a Grassy Seed or anything. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no Grassy Seed. So I think I just Terra Flying and Brave Bird should freely pick up a KO here. Seems like they stay in. We are choiced. Yeah, maybe they think that I'm like more defensive, like I brought last time, but we are very offensive with the Choice Scarf here. And we do take out the Sneasler. That's beautiful. Even if they were a Koba Berry, they would die there. The Sneasler down early is nice. Metagross can potentially come in. Metagross, like 252. They definitely could come in with Metagross. And I might trade. I might just click Brave Bird. I think it's probably my best click. Because it puts them into range of Articuno. And it means that they just like die to everything, really. They could also go Quagsire, which I think is a solid play. If they go Quag, I probably am going hard Palafin. I don't know, because they might just Toxic. I think Toxic is a pretty free click for them, if not Recover. I mean, my Petrun's very free on it, so... I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm in a very solid spot here. I think their play should always be Metagross right now. Really wishing that I had like any sort of hazard for that, but that's the weakness of my team here. They do go out to Armstrong. So this thing's just over 25%. I want to make sure at -1, am I dying to this Bullet Punch at 224? it's a dirty roll. It's a dirty roll. That's unfortunate. I mean, I can go Pagos here. Basically, I don't need Pagos. It's just really nice to have that roar in the back. This is tough. This is really tough. Terra Flying. Wait, I'm not -1. I'm not -1. I think I have good rolls to kill here with Brave Bird, so I'm going to go for it. I think this has a good shot to knock you out. Oh, you live on 1. You live on 1. That was about 26%. I do die. 26%, that's a 75% chance for me to KO. Very bad for me, but it's not the end of the world at all. They're Choice Banded, locked into Psychic Fangs. I can go out to Gouging Fire. I think Palafin makes a lot of sense here. And then I just click Jet Punch. I don't think they have... I mean, they do have a good switch in. Never mind. Maybe this was kind of a bad idea. Because they can go Rillaboom. If I can get the flip turn off, I can go out to Articuno and put the pressure on them, really. Because they have no switch into a Hurricane at this point. So we'll just flip. They will let this Pokemon go down. That's great. I'm thinking we just go Articuno. Maybe their play would be Spectrier at that point, but Articuno kind of bullies their team. Yeah, Articuno really bullies their team. And I can always click U-turn, I can always do whatever. They just don't really have a good switch into this Choice Scarf Pokemon. And Spectrier, it looks like it gets to it KO'd. Articuno, Spectrier. If they are like a Leftovers variant with no grassy terrain, they are always 2-hit KO'd by Hurricane. That means I have to hit 2 Hurricanes. I guess you could be like a max HP. Max HP Leftovers is still a roll, as they do go out to the spec. Well, I'm just clicking Hurricane here. I am always faster than this guy. We missed! We cannot be missing these. We cannot be missing these. As they're going to taunt me. Whew. Okay, that's fine. So, potentially very bulky. And Taunt is annoying because of my roller variant. I will just Hurricane again. They do not take this at all. None of their Pokemon on their team take this at all. So, Taunt subplot. They can't be all of those. They could be Taunt sub Shadow Ball Psychic or Shadow Ball Draining Kiss. But I think it's more likely Taunt plot. Draining Kiss Shadow Ball would be my prediction, which beats my Terapagos set because I'm not Mental Herb. We are going to get a Hurricane off. We will see kind of the investment on this Pokemon. Oof. And we get the Confused. That's big. That's for missing out on the KO earlier. Because my, if I still had my stupid Hawlucha, it would 6-0. As they do plot, I mean, they're super dead to another one here. I'm just in a beautiful spot with my Articuno. They can't do anything about it. They can't switch anything in. Everything dies. And a +2 Shadow Ball never knocks me out. All I have to do is just hit this Hurricane. Let me hit this. Let me hit this. Come on. We deserve this. Or if I miss, then you have to hit yourself in Confusion, because that's only fair. Only thing that could take a hit, I guess at this point I can just freely spam Freeze Dry. But I was going to say they could Terra Dragon their Slitherwing, but it gets blown up by Freeze Dry. Come on, just give me this Pokemon, let me land, or just hard swap out. We do land, let's go. The Spectrier is gone. Big crit, doesn't actually matter at all. Does not matter at all. That is a modest Hurricane. Now Slitherwing, this thing is Assault Vested Terra Dragon, which they very well could be. They're not taking crazy amounts of damage. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be a Terra Dragon on this turn. I think I really want to make the Pagos play. I really do. I think I'm going to try to keep Petron around in the back. No, I'm going to make Palafin. I'm going to go Palafin because if they try to bulk up or do something like that, it can be really annoying for me. I think Palafin Hero always takes any one hit, really. At this range, we die to 2 rolls of Adamant Close Combat. I'm going to make the Palafin play. Not like I need this Pokemon, but I can Encore them if they try to set up. Like, if they don't end up being the Assault Vest variant. They do end up Terra Dragoning, which means that my Articuno just blows them up with Freeze Dry. If they're not Assault Vest, I mean, they're easily getting to it KO'd. Even if they are Assault Vest, they might if they're not invested. But we do see Bulk Up. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly why I made this play. I don't care if they want to go out to their one guy, the Rillaboom here. Yeah, we're just going to Encore you. And this thing is plus attack, plus defense, which is annoying. But now it's Encored, right? And I can flip turn out to Articuno and just freely get KOs, I think. I think it's just very free here. And that Encore was so beautiful to put on this Pokemon. So happy I did that. As they're going to withdraw, it should be Rillaboom here. It is. Honestly, I could go out to Gouging Fire if I'd like. Because I can get to +1 with Dragon Dance and then just spam Outrage versus their team. I mean, I'm just like booster anyways. They're going to take, do a lot of damage with that helmet. And it would be really nice if I had Lucha at this point, because Lucha would also destroy them. I guess Pecharunt at this point is very free to go out too. Kind of puts me in a better position, I think. They can't knock freely. They could high horsepower here, but they're defensive. And I can always just Malignant Chain. You cannot be Covert Cloak on the guy and also be whatchamacallit, Clear Amulet. As they do high horsepower me, it does absolutely no damage. Only thing I'm worried about at all is that Slitherwing now. That is the only thing that I'm any sort of worried about. I really want to make the hard Articuno play. I just want to make sure that there's no rock move that you can hit me with here. Let me just check this out. Rillaboom. Any rock type move? No. I'm just gonna make the Articuno play. You could hit me with something annoying, but I think this gives me the best opportunity to win the game. And I think you just high horsepower anyways. Yeah, you do. And we know you're not AV in the back on the Slitherwing. Everything dies to 1 or 2 of these attacks. So I just freeze dry you. You're going to hit me with a Grassy Glide. It's going to do nothing. Now at this point, Palafin beats the Quagsire because we are Grass Knot. And I get massive damage on the Slitherwing because we know that they are not AV. So they're going to have to click and attack to KO me. You are not Jolly Scarf. We know that. We're going to do 62 to 74 on this with the freeze dry here. I guess you could be like max HP. At that point, in grassy terrain, you're still dying. Oof. You're just max Spadef and Flame Charge, which is okay. Because I'm still faster than you. I'm always faster here. Grass is gone. Max Spadef is not quite what I was expecting. So I might even be faster after 2. After 2, it's a actual speed tie if you're 0. So you have to Flame Charge again and then win the speed tie if you're 0 speed. As you're just going to Morning Sun, I'm just going to freeze dry you forever. You never win this because I can always just freeze you. And I can easily go out to my Gouging Fire and just obliterate you as well. You're going to Flame Charge a second time here. We do live, which is expected. You're not going to be able to bulk up and live my attacks. You're just going to try to Morning Sun. I can always freeze. You're always going to be in range of everything from everything on my team. Yeah, you're gaining a little bit of HP from this, but nothing that matters. And you did show to be faster on that one, so you might have some speed investment. You also might just have won a speed tie there. You might have the speed to outrun like a no-speed Petron, which would make sense. So choose what you're going to do. Your Morning Sun, bulk up, flame charge, and you've got to be like a dragon attack. Something. Ground move, I think, makes a lot of sense. An earthquake would make the most sense to me. What you gonna do? You're just gonna flame charge, so you're gonna pick up that KO. So the Articuno does go down. Pretty sure Palafin just knocks you out with Jet Punch at this point. I am pretty sure, but it does worry me a little bit. Jet Punch versus max HP is 24.5 min. I don't want to lose to that. So I think we just go out to Gouging Fire and I click Outrage. If you are Terra Blast Dragon as the last move, we always live this, it looks like. We're just going to boost her attack. I will just Outrage. If you want to go Quagsire now, that's fine. I think we should be all good here. I think. We don't even die to a crit from Terra Dragon, Terra Blast, or Earthquake, which is weaker. Articuno really just put in you work against this team. Really annoying for them to deal with. I'm glad I went to Terapagos early on in the game and Rapid Spun, because being able to have the extra HP on that Pokemon was so important. And Articuno's just been crazy all season long. If I got the freeze there, or if they weren't just like straight up max special defense, or very, very specially defensive, then I would have been totally fine. As they do swap out, which this is okay. Because now everything on my team is faster than the Slitherwing. This Gluttony, they're going to take like a decent chunk. Oh, they get easily to it KO'd. So I guess the win con is potentially me getting 2-turn Outrage and then hitting myself in Confusion multiple times, which is a valid out in this game. I still don't think they win. I think the play for me would always be going hard Palafin on that. Like, if I end up getting confused here, I think I always go hard Palafin, but because that covers for Morning Sun, or if they go for... it covers for Morning Sun, it covers for Bulk Up. And we do get confused, so I think I'm just going to make the hard Palafin play. If they straight up attack into me, that's totally fine. I may end up living in close combat from them. If that's the last move, I don't think it should be. Yeah, and it's always just hard Palafin. If it's Terra Blast Dragon as the last move, I always live it. And it got a little bit scary for a moment there. It definitely did, just a little scary. I guess they could Flame Charge here. I don't think that ever changes anything, because I think I always click Encore the next turn, no matter what, and then I can flip turn out to Gouging Fire. Flame Charge would be a little annoying, as it's Bulk Up, so I'm going to win the game with an Encore here, which is nice. GG's to my opponent. We already showed that they don't have a Mental Herb. I haven't seen their item, but we're just going to click Encore here. I will flip turn out, and I will give an Outrage KO, another one to my Gouging Fire. And we will take it 4-0 versus this guy. Destroyed me in regular season, which is the only matchup that I actually truly lost that wasn't straight up hacks. And being able to reclaim that in the first round of playoffs. I mean, it reminds me of the ICP run, which you guys know what happened there. We won against some of the toughest opponents I've ever played. And we might have some of those same opponents as well. We do just get the Encore off here, and that's just going to be G's. Nothing they can really do about it. I will flip turn Gouging Fire with no booster against them at +3 defense. Outrage always KOs. Yeah, we will just flippity flip. We almost knocked them out with the flip. So maybe they're just like max HP or max Spadef and no HP. Definitely could be something that they are. But yeah, we're just going to outrun them. We're going to outrage them. We're going to destroy them. I think any of our other attacks would also KO them here. But we just click outrage for the style points, and we pick up 2 with gouging. GG's to Stall. Hope you guys have enjoyed this match, and honestly the rest of the season, because it's been a super fun one. And yeah, you guys will be seeing me next week in the semifinals. We'll see who we play. I have no clue. I don't think that game's been played. But yeah, this feels really good to knock out the 2 seed. That's going to be about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.